Hey everybody, Jason here of GhostbustersNews.com, and as always, Ghostbusters News right here on YouTube. And this Ghostbusters figure line from Hasbro, the one you're taking a look at right here, I've been waiting forever to talk about. And Hasbro finally just acknowledged their existence, so what better time than now? Check out these 12-inch tall renditions of the Ghostbusters. Now we're going to give you guys a quick once-over of each individual figure in this line here in a second, but first I want to go through a couple of bullet points. Despite being 12 inches in height, these figures are budget-priced figures. I know these are starting to pop up at Canadian Toys R Us locations, and they're selling for only $12.99 a piece, which would put them in line around $10 US. So $10 for a 12-inch figure, to me that's a pretty big steal. Now once again, being that you are only paying about $10 for these figures, don't expect crazy articulation. In fact, let's take a look at one out of the box here. We've got Dr. Peter Venkman, Bill Murray himself, and as you're taking a look at here, we've got about 5 points of articulation. 2 at the arm, 2 at the leg, and it does look like you can actually move his head around. But for me, where I feel like this line really does excel is the actual face sculpts. For only about $10 per figure, I think these actually look really, really good. Now, not too surprising here, each figure is going to feature the exact same body sculpt, with really the only difference being the name tag. As you can see here, Venkman says, well, Venkman. We've got black gloves on the hand there. You can also see he's holding the Neutrino wand in his right hand. Now, quick heads up, there's actually no cable attaching the wand to the proton pack. It looks like the wand is actually wireless. And as it stands right now, we actually don't have any images of the proton pack on their back, at least any images supplied to us from Hasbro. But from what we have seen, it's pretty much a sticker on their back, which is the proton pack. If you're curious how that looks, keep it locked to Ghostbusters News here on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, as we'll soon be featuring a full review of this Ghostbusters figure line. You'll also see that the Ghostbusters do feature a leg hose, which is actually part of that leg sculpt. And you'll see here that Venkman does have his pants tucked into his boots, which in Venkman's case, it's inaccurate. But once again, they're reusing this body mold for each member of the Ghostbusters. Speaking of that, moving over to Ray Stantz here, once again, this is the exact same figure as that Venkman, aside from the name patch. But once again, I want to point out, I want to mention it, I love the faces here. Like, Dan Aykroyd's likeness is pretty hard to pinpoint, at least it seems like that, because over the years, we've got some pretty shoddy Dan Aykroyd face sculpts on action figures. But this, to me, looks good. It looks like Dan Aykroyd, you know, circa 1984. Now moving on here, we've got the one, we've got Egon Spengler. And we're not going to dwell on the flight suit here because once again, only difference is that name tag. But I do want to point out the face sculpt again because, like I said, for $10, this is great. You got the glasses there, you got the high hair. I mean, you show me that and I'm like, that is Harold Ramis. And then last but certainly not least, it's the everyman. It's pretty much everybody's favorite Ghostbuster, right? It is Winston Zeddemore. And being that these Ghostbusters are based around their appearance in the original Ghostbusters film, you can see he's rocking that mustache. Now, like I said, I know these are popping up at Toys R Us locations in Canada right now, but be sure to keep it locked to GhostbustersNews.com and Ghostbusters News here on YouTube, as we hope to have some online listings popping up soon. And when that happens, we're of course going to let you guys know and supply you with purchase links. And like I said early in the video, be sure to keep it locked to Ghostbusters News, as we are going to have full reviews of these figures very, very soon. That's all I've got for you here right now. As always, be sure to subscribe to Ghostbusters News here on YouTube. Bust that bell notification icon to stay up to date with everything that's happening within the Ghostbusters world. If you'd like to join up with Ghostbusters News, check out our Patreon page. A link to that can be found right down below in the description. And I'll see everybody right back here next time.
No ghosts. Ghostbusters! Black and sackcloth, mass hysteria. Full roaming vapors are in your area. And these skeletons can break your bones, but I ain't afraid now. Ghosts, no bozos in the back of my ambulance. Pulling out the firehouse, I will handle it. Back off, man, I'm a scientist. And all this hardware I brought will fry them quick. Because astral projections are quite ethereal and not what you want when you eat your cereal. Accelerate protons, shorten streams. Don't wanna get my face burnt up, go team, cause you are not alone.